Have you ever wondered about the wars that shaped the Europe we know today? One such conflict was the Frisian-Frankish Wars. These were a series of tumultuous clashes that occurred in the 7th and 8th centuries, pitting the powerful Franks against the formidable Frisians. These wars not only altered the political landscape of the time, but also etched deep, lasting impressions on the cultural and social fabric of the region. So, buckle up as we take a journey back into the annals of history. The stage was set for the Frisian-Frankish Wars long before the first battle cry echoed. In the centuries leading up to the wars, two distinct cultures and societies were evolving side by side, those of the Franks and the Frisians. The Franks, a Germanic people, were expanding their territories, their eyes set on the fertile lands of the Frisians. The Frisians, meanwhile, were a seafaring folk, inhabiting the coastal regions of the Netherlands and Germany. Their relationship was initially one of peaceful coexistence, marked by trade and cultural exchange. However, the Franks' territorial ambitions and the Frisians' fierce desire for independence were on a collision course. The Franks started imposing their rule and religion on the Frisians, who resisted fiercely, refusing to be subjugated. The socio-political landscape was becoming increasingly volatile, strained by these clashing aspirations and ideologies. As tensions rose, the stage was set for a conflict that would reshape the map of Europe. The year was 680, and the first sparks of the Frisian-Frankish Wars were ignited. The Franks, a mighty confederation of Germanic tribes, and the Frisians, a seafaring people of the north, stood poised on the brink of conflict. At the heart of the war lay the question of power and land, the eternal call of the old world. The first significant clash, known as the Battle of Bourne, occurred in the year 734. The Franks, under the command of Charles Martel the Hammer, launched a swift and brutal assault against the unsuspecting Frisians. The Frisians, led by their king Poppo, were caught off guard. The Franks' superior tactics and strategy led to a decisive victory, and the Frisians were forced to retreat. The Battle of the Rhine followed in 754, and it was a bitter struggle. The Franks, now led by Pippin the Younger, sought to extend their control over the Frisian lands. The Frisians, under the leadership of their new ruler Redbad, fought back fiercely, but the Franks were unyielding, and the battle ended with a Frankish victory. Redbad was forced to flee, and the Frisians were once again pushed back. The final and most decisive battle was the Siege of Dorestad in 695. The Franks, under the command of Pepin of Herstal, besieged the major Frisian trading port. The Frisians, now under the rule of Aldgisl, put up a valiant fight. However, the Franks' superior numbers and strategy prevailed. Dorestad fell to the Franks, signalling the end of the Frisian reign in the region. The Frisian-Frankish Wars were a series of strategic moves and counter-moves, of power plays and political maneuvering. They were a testament to the resilience of two peoples, locked in a struggle for dominance. The Franks ultimately emerged victorious, but the Frisians were not entirely subdued. With each battle, the tides of war shifted, changing the fortunes of the Franks and the Frisians. The end of the war marked a new era, but the memory of the conflict and its impact on the region remained forever etched in the annals of history. As the dust settled on the battlefields, the implications of the Frisian-Frankish Wars began to emerge. The aftermath of these wars brought about significant changes, not just in the political landscape, but also in the lives of the people who were directly and indirectly affected by them. In the political sphere, the Franks emerged as the dominant force. They expanded their territory, taking over the lands previously controlled by the Frisians. This expansion set the stage for the establishment of what would later become the Carolingian Empire, a significant power in early medieval Europe. The repercussions, however, were not just limited to territorial gains. The wars also led to a shift in power dynamics. The Franks, riding high on their victories, saw an increase in their political and military might. On the other hand, the Frisians were left weakened, their once formidable power significantly diminished. But beyond the political and military implications, the wars had a profound impact on the people. The Frisians in particular faced immense hardships. Many lost their homes and loved ones in the wars. The devastation wrought by the conflicts led to a period of social and economic instability that lingered for years. Yet despite the adversity, the Frisians proved resilient. They adapted to their new circumstances, preserving their unique cultural identity while living under Frankish rule. This resilience is evident in the survival of the Frisian language and culture, which continues to thrive to this day. The long-term effects of the Frisian-Frankish Wars can still be seen in the modern world. The political boundaries drawn during this period have largely remained intact, shaping the geopolitical landscape of Europe as we know it. The wars also played a crucial role in the spread of Christianity throughout the region, a legacy that has had a lasting impact on European history. In conclusion, the aftermath of the Frisian-Frankish Wars was far-reaching, affecting not just the Franks and the Frisians, but the entire continent of Europe. The wars marked a turning point in history, setting the stage for the political and cultural evolution of the region. The Frisian-Frankish Wars left an indelible mark on the history of Europe. The Frisian-Frankish Wars were more than just a series of battles. They were a turning point in the history of Europe. These conflicts, fought fiercely between the Frisians and the Franks, were not just about territorial conquest or political dominance. They were about cultures clashing, ideologies being tested, and the shaping of a continent. The Frisian-Frankish Wars were a crucible in which the map of Europe was forged and its destiny set. The prelude to the war saw tensions rise as the Frisians and Franks, two powerful forces, grew increasingly wary of each other's might. The wars themselves were a spectacle of strategy, courage, and resilience. They were a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human will to fight for one's beliefs and homeland. In the aftermath, Europe emerged changed forever. The Frisian-Frankish Wars left an indelible mark on the landscape, not only physically, but also culturally and politically. They shaped the boundaries, influenced the cultures, and set the stage for the future dynamics of the continent. The legacy of the Frisian-Frankish Wars is not confined to the pages of history books. It lives on in the borders of nations, in the languages spoken, and in the rich tapestry of European culture. So the next time you look at a map of Europe, remember the battles, the heroes, and the history that shaped it. The Frisian-Frankish Wars, a testament to the indomitable spirit of humanity, forever etched in time.